We have some breaking news in the hockey prospect world. This is a name that you may not be familiar with at this moment in time, but over the years, and especially by the time 2027 rolls around, you should be paying attention to Landon Dupont. Who is this player and why is he noteworthy? Well, Landon Dupont is a 14-year-old, 2009 born, 5'11", 170-pound right-handed defenseman. Now, this is an extraordinarily interesting name, because as he's only 14, the fact that he's already 5'11", 170 is a pretty big deal. And he was so good playing for the Edge School U18 prep team in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League that the news was revealed earlier today by Eric Francis that Hockey Canada and the Western Hockey League will formally announce the exceptional status granting to 14-year-old Calgarian Landon Dupont on Monday. He'll be the 9th player in CHL history and 2nd in the WHL behind Connor Bedard to be cleared to play junior at age 15. A standout at the Edge School's U18 prep team this year, the 5'11", 170-pound defenseman had 24 goals and 78 points in 35 games. He'll undoubtedly be the first overall pick by Everett in the upcoming WHL Draft. A Hockey Canada panel made the decision after watching, evaluating, and interviewing the son of former Calgary Flames defenseman Mickey Dupont, as well as talking to his coaches, teachers, and a psychologist who assessed his ability to handle such a step. The list of players who have previously been given exceptional status includes Connor McDavid, John Tavares, Aaron Ekblad, Shane Wright, Joe Veleno, Sean Day, and Michael Misa. Dupont isn't eligible for the NHL Draft until 2027. This is a breaking story that we now have ourselves the next one in terms of exceptional status hockey players. And if you wanted to go to the numbers here, Landon Dupont, just crazy production over here. 2 points a game in the regular season, 3 points a game at the playoff level. And, look at some of these games right here. 6-point games, 4-point games. He is just scoring the lights out, and his team seemingly never loses. They have been on such a long streak. If you go over to the CSSHL U18 League's history, let's go over to the Canadian Sports School Hockey League and see what some of these guys have done. This, of course, is a U18 league, and Landon Dupont right now is in the U15 category. So if we search by U15 defenders all time, and we take a look at some of the other guys that Dupont matches up against, he literally has the most production this league has ever seen. Nobody else has even sniffed the amount of point production that Landon Dupont has. In fact, let's make it a little bit easier for our guy. Let's go over to all positions, not just defenders, and see where these players lie. Landon Dupont is right up there neck and neck with Gavin McKenna, who is one of the best WHL players right now despite being an underage player, Matthew Savoy, who is super close to getting exceptional status himself, and Connor Bedard. These guys have defined the Canadian Sports School Hockey League over the past few years, and Landon Dupont just happens to be the next one to be granted exceptional status after Bedard. This is a pretty big step, and if you want to go over his father, Mickey Dupont was a former Calgary Flame. He played for East Bæren Berlin, most recently in 2018-19. He's only 43, so the fact that he was still playing pro hockey, 5 years ago in his 38-year-old year? Pretty impressive. But he did play in Calgary for a while. He was playing in Germany. He went back over to the NHL and the AHL. And his son, Landon Dupont, was born in Calgary in 2009. So that's kind of the track record of the family here. When it comes to the scouting report, though, I know what y'all are thinking, okay, how does this guy play, and how good can he be? He's going to be exceptional status WHL caliber, okay. He's probably going to be first overall in the WHL draft, okay. But what does that mean for the NHL? Well, Jason Bukala and Rory Boylan have your back over here, because they published this article yesterday talking about Landon Dupont, and the scouts analysis part of the article goes out there and brings the info. Over the course of my scouting career, I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to evaluate top-rated prospects from around the world. During my time with the Predators and Panthers, our staff was proud to select players like Ryan Ellis, Mike Matheson, Alex Barkov, Ekblad, Owen Tippett, and others in the first round. But the one who stood out amongst those was Ekblad. He was truly one of those special talents. When he was only 15, he was granted exceptional status in the OHL in 2011, becoming just the second player to do so following John Tavares in 2005. Since then, 6 other players have earned the status across the 3 CHL leagues: McDavid, Dave, Veleno, Wright, Bedard, and Misa. By all accounts, Dupont will soon join this list. Meet Landon Dupont. He is a 5'11", 170-pound right-shot defenseman best described as a transitional player and power play quarterback. He has elite vision and instincts on and off the puck, in all 3 zones too. His most outstanding attribute is certainly his creativity on offense, but he is also a capable defender with sneaky pushback physically. Dupont finished 3rd in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League, scoring 19 goals and 43 assists in 30 games played. He led all defensemen in the league. Ekblad was a man-child by the time he arrived in the OHL. He grew tall at an early age. Dupont isn't the same size as Ekblad, but he's sturdy and strong for his stature, and is an excellent skater. Dupont quarterbacks the power play and makes plays through seams by either directing pucks on net around defenders or sending it cross-ice to teammates working the flank. Here are some examples of what we're seeing when we scout Dupont. Power play quarterbacks pick opponents apart when their group has a 5-on-3 man advantage, and the most patient ones allow the play to evolve. They're the most calculating in how they wait and execute with the puck. There are a few examples of Dupont and his overall game. His offense is really great, and hey, he's more than just offense as well. You can see some of the defensive capabilities, how he anticipates breakouts the opposite way, and he's able to defend pretty nicely too. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go ahead and see more of these plays in detail, but hopefully Landon Dupont will be entertaining fans across the WHL as early as next season. He's earned the right to be the first WHL defenseman in history to be granted exceptional status. The scouting business provides people like myself the opportunity to evaluate elite talents like Dupont, and it's part of what makes the worldwide travel even more enjoyable. So, this is the guy. Landon Dupont is going to be the very next exceptional status player in the WHL, following in the footsteps of Connor Bedard, Michael Misa, Aaron Ekblad, and others. It's interesting because he's only the 3rd defenseman ever to have been granted exceptional status. Aaron Ekblad was that guy. Sean Day, everybody likes to talk about Day. I mean, we've made our few videos over the years asking what happened to Sean Day, where he is now. It really was kind of a tragic situation there because he was never really ever that good. It's just because he was so big and so physically mature when he was younger, it kind of gave him the go-ahead to dominate against kids, and that skill set didn't really translate to higher levels and beyond. Out of the limited defenseman crop of guys who have gotten exceptional status, only Aaron Ekblad has really taken that over to the NHL, but a lot of these guys were first overall guys. I mean, McDavid, Tavares, Ekblad, all first overall. You could say Wright was first overall caliber when he was drafted in 2022. Joe Veleno was not first overall. He was taken near the end of the first round, and Michael Misa has yet to be drafted. But for Landon Dupont, we have ourselves an early runner for the first overall pick in the 2027 NHL Entry Draft. There are only a few guys listed here on Elite Prospects for 2027 eligible guys, and Landon Dupont is one of the only ones that's actually made an impact to be noted on the top prospects list. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How excited are you to see yet another exceptional status CHL talent make his way over, and this time being on defense? He's a right-handed defenseman who's versatile, he can make some good plays, and he can score points. Where exactly does this guy fit in your vision of the NHL into the future? It's kind of nuts because he's going to be drafted in 2027, which means that the young-ish wave of defensemen in the NHL would have already aged like 10 years. 2027 is literally 10 years after Miro Heiskanen and Cale Makar got drafted, so it kind of goes to show how old we're all getting, doesn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Landon Dupont, the newest exceptional status player. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.